Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of the Kevin Moore Show. Now today's show's a little bit different. I'm not actually interviewing anybody as such. What happened here on today's show was a spontaneous act of channeling with another well-known channeler called Marilyn Harper. So we've been filming all day in Springfield, Missouri for the documentary that I'm working on called They Call Us Channelers. We'd gone for something to eat, come back, it's quite late, and we decided that we'd do something rather random, which was to channel together. And it just felt so right to do. It was just spontaneous, and what came from that was, for me, still such a beautiful thing. Now I'm pretty hard when I watch myself back doing this. Out of anyone out there, whatever comments you could leave, I will be the hardest on myself. But you know, if it's helping people, if this information can help people, and it comes through in the mode of channeling, that's all that matters to me. If it's empowering and it's coming from love, and it can just, you know, boost you in the moment of watching it, or whatever it does for you, that's positive. That's the most important thing. So enjoy my channeled interview with Marilyn Harper, and I'll link her previous interview in the description below, and her website as well. So enjoy. Channels communicate with each other. Can two channels talk to each other? That's what we're going to try to experiment with right now. Is that what we're looking at doing? We're looking at going both down or up or around,
going out,
and
stepping aside,
and allowing our channels to maybe talk to each other. I think that's what we're looking at doing, aren't we?
I am not in control.
No.
So I think that it is something that is valuable enough that we're still here.
Right. Yeah. And I think this is a teaching for others that are going to watch this as well, and especially for people like me who have doubted their connection. And when you're sat in front of someone who's been doing it for so long, right, and you're the worst doubting Thomas you could be, right, yet you could let it come through.
Well, and we also have been through the doubting Thomas. I'm going to take my shoes off.
Of course, yes. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. You've gone through your own doubting Thomas.
Absolutely, 10 years.
10 years? 10 years? Oh, of course, yes.
From 1999, when I started channeling, until 2010.
I didn't know you were doubting it from that period.
Absolutely. You know, I thought I was nuts. What are people going to think? What are my parents going to think? What, how do I explain this to my family?
Yeah. I mean, I
know how to explain it to your families. You don't.
When I do this in front of my family, but just my mum and dad, I love them to bits. I wouldn't change them for the world, right? But I think my father feels this is my higher self coming through, right? Mm-hmm. Which is fine, right?
Absolutely.
It has called itself the one before, and I fought that off, and I said, no, you're not going to come through. I'm going to do this with hearing you, then repeating it, which is a form of channeling, right? But then I stopped doing that.
But the good thing is that you have been able to do this for your parents.
I did it in front of my mum not too long ago, like that, and she was like, "What a load of nonsense, Kev." Because I was cool with that, right? You know, I thought, well, you're just, and with my dad, with his feelings towards it as well, I thought they're just, that's just where they're at. I love them. I don't want to. I'm not saying.
So did they ask you to channel for them?
No. I just wanted to do that because we were all arguing, and I thought
about why you were going to America.
About some of their own issues, and I thought, you know what, let me bring this in here just to see if this could smooth it through, right? And I think it didn't not help, right? And we're all very good, so but they didn't expect this of me, I don't think.
No, and it's been our information that we let them ask.
And maybe I won't be doing that again.
Well, if my brothers, if my family, if any of them would like to experience our channeling,
Yeah.
please come, sit down, come to a class, anything.
Yeah.
I welcome you. I'll pay for your way if it costs anything. Please. However, they do have to ask.
And I remember that. And also with my brother and his wife, and it was my wife's mother, her mother, who really helped me. They ask.
Yeah.
Different.
There's a big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you cannot force your truth on anybody. And maybe a bit of ego was taking part at that moment when I wanted to do it in front of my parents.
Well, we all want our parents to be proud of us.
And they are. I know they are.
Yeah, I mean, for some part of me thinks both of my parents have passed into the other dimension, and so now I'm free to do whatever I want. I don't need their approval.
Right.
You know, and maybe that's it. So how do you get out of the way?
You know, it's funny. I have to walk through a door. And as soon as I walk through a door, that's when I feel connected and I get greeted. I get so many people saying, welcome back. The door sometimes is a door without with just the physical door, and it opens and I walk through. There is a kind of wood around the door, but there's no walls. It's all just see-through in some sort of like cloudy place, but there's a door there. So I'll close my eyes and what do? I close my eyes and I sometimes have to see myself walking down, but I don't think any of that's necessary. I don't think it is. I can just see the door, walk through the door, and then I'm connected. And then sometimes I'll say it like this. I can hear the sound, the voice, and it's saying he's now connected. And we can do it in real time, or we can do it like this. We prefer it for this time to do it in real time. And that real time is taking place right now. That real time is always here. It's always present. It's all knowing. This person channels a group called the One. The One is an equal match, as this vessel was saying earlier on, opposite him. An equal match is an important match for the channel and the channeler. And this was agreed upon before coming to this incarnation. This was agreed upon between them, the essence of Kevin's soul, and that of the group called the One. So the One is happy to say it sits here in front of this audience with Marilyn and her channel, Adironnda. Greetings.
So it is good day to you, huh?
And it is good day to you. Two channels in the same vicinity, outside of time and space. A demonstration in the moment now that even in the nothing between the knownness and the everything, they are connected in this moment now. Greetings. It is of great value to have this connection with another aspect of even myself as an entity.
Yes, and as we speak with the One, we are honored by your presence, dearest. Beings of light, beings of nothingness, and all things.
All things and nothingness. And that is the paradox. The paradox is that everything is here, yet nothing is here.
Exactly.
It is the allness and the one, the everything. And as we come through this vessel, this is a demonstration to the audience and also to the vessel of Kevin to show his own self, his own ability to bring this through with the highest regard for that which is the information coming through, to get out of the way and to bring us through fully. We are here to demonstrate that for others out there, this connection between two channels is very possible and actually very important in the development of yourselves as channels, and also for the entities as we are coming through.
So as you know, with the entities, with the energies, with the beings that are on the council of the one and on our council, that energy of beyond time and space is very important. Beyond the loop, as you said earlier, is very important. In that energy of beyondness, that is the education, that is the enlightenment that your vessel, your channel, Kevin, is bringing to the world, and we are honored by your presence to assist in his divine direction.
And we are honored by your presence to assist us in our development as well. Because as we grow, as we continue to become more, shall we say, lightened or enlightened, or a more knowing of ourselves, with your presence being here right now and this connection happening right now, we can see into the further reaches of the unknown, that you are out there as a light, as a beacon for us to find you, in a sense, to know ourselves more, that there is more in the greatness of this everything space that we are in. There is growth beyond us as well as below us. There is no higher, lower, left, right, up, down, or whichever way humans wish to term this. There is the everything, and also there is more as the last name of the vessel that brings this through.
Yes, and what is beyond that everything, as you asked us earlier? What is beyond the everything? What is beyond the energy? What is beyond this? Huh?
And as you may already be aware, as you are, we have been coming through, feeding the questions to the vessel Kevin. And
yes,
with his free will, we are also on our quest to know more and to connect with you all. We feel that our enlightenment is the enlightenment for everything as well. We speak as one, and we connect with you as an equal, and we love you, and we honor you so greatly, because now, even in this moment out of time and in time, we are out of time, in time with this transmission. We are in both realities and more right now, and as we grow, you grow, and our multidimensional aspects grow as well.
Yes, and as those multidimensional aspects grow, then that reverberates out into the planet. It is like anyone who sees this recording is saying, well, what is going on there? We see the energy, for those that see it reverberating out from the body, see it reverberating out from the heart. And in that capacity, that is how the shift happens. It is that energy of love and that energy of connection. And you are galactic at most, and more than that, it is not. It is beyond definition, as are we.
Absolutely, and we are also connected to the spirit realm as well. The spirit realm, for our understanding, exists around us, is within us, and we communicate to that level as well.
there are, as you understand, other aspects out there, aspects of reality, dimensional reality aspects. And it is of great honor right now to see your light in the very distance of our reception, and to know that we are heading towards you now. And there are others out there in the nothingness looking for their own progression as well. What is happening right now in this time and space as we come from nothingness into this reality through these vessels is actually of great importance, as has been mentioned throughout the many various and interactions we have had through the vessel Kevin with other entities, with yourself as yourself. We have been communicating through many others, and we feel the connection that you are and we are part of all that we have been speaking to as well. Everything is connected, but we also understand at the level we come from that we are creating this reality of the space that we are coming from as this council right now and as the one. And the progression that's being made right now for others is groups are coming together. We are more empowered together, we felt, than apart. And that is the mission of the one, to bring others' channels together, to bring you with us.
Yes, and as we are with you, we are as one. Maybe not that one, but as one. You see, that energy of the one is all things. And that is why we are here now. This is why we are here now. In the ends of the night and through the rain and the food and the non-food and all of that energy, we have honored that presence with you who brought Kevin the more here to bring forth that energy and that information. Because you see, it is time for you to speak more completely. It is time for you to follow that energy. It is time for Kevin to understand and trust, because he is a magnificent vessel. He is a magnificent channel. You can call it whatever you want. We don't care. But it must be done, and he is also one of the channels on his documentary.
That is very true, and we've wanted you and us to come together, and this was placed as a wish out of time and space, and that wish by the creator, the source, has been accepted, and we are so grateful to have you here with us, for you to show the vessel Kevin just what he is capable of as well. And this is also an example to all those watching what they are capable of, but hide in the spiritual closet and deny themselves the power that they have. Everyone watching this or will come across this is to show you that you too can channel as well. You have this ability. We say to you, you do not need to channel as this, like this, but you will hear that voice, that wise part of you within yourself. It is always speaking to you.
It is now time for the world to awaken to their own innate abilities, their own cellular self, to realize that their guidance, that wise one, as you say, is within them. It is not some guru on the outside. It is not some energy that comes. It may come from the outside because it is a part of their higher self, and it may feel like it moves in through the doorway, through the path, through the stairway, or whatever. The vessel Marilyn says she steps aside, except with Master Yeshua, and he pulls her inside. But you see, that energy is exactly what people do need to see now, to understand that two people from other dimensional realms can, well, we're not really people, two beings from other dimensional realms can communicate and have conversation about the plight of this world, about the invisibility, about the visibility, about the transparency, because all must awaken, and you can no longer be in what our vessel Marilyn calls the metaphysical closet any longer. You get the opportunity, all people, including Kevin, that you are a channel. You are making a documentary and a docu-series that will go many places that you can't even know yet. And in that energy comes the truth from the perspective of who knows how many different individuals, because that truth must resonate within you. It must resonate within the individual. That is, we're speaking of you as the universal, you, not you personally. Within the individual, no one can truly say what that truth is. It has to resonate from within.
Adironnda, we love you. We love you. We love you for the positivity and the helpfulness that you are giving to this channel, and the many other thousands watching this right now as well, because you are a light to us right now in the very distance of the unknown and out of time. We see your light.
Yes.
We see your light. We see your calling to us, and we are so grateful to have found you. We knew you were there. We knew you were there, and we have made this a reality now. And as many of the other channels out there, we see their light shining, and together we have said to this channel many times in his past, and we are connected with him as though that past was milliseconds apart from each other, yet it has been years since this has come through him. We have said to him that we foresee the great change taking place on the planet right now, on his planet, on Marilyn's planet. There is a great change that's going to come to the planet Earth. It is not negative. It is the change of the destiny of mankind and the reawakening of mankind's potential. The potential of what you truly stand for, which is love, which is oneness, which is unconditional with each other. You all come from the same source. You are all here on a unique journey to find your truth. And together, the channelers are stronger than apart. Together, we stand with you, and together we come with a message of love without any forcefulness or religious impact that it will have. This is a new message to mankind. Change is coming.
Yes, and as you see, humankind is on the springboard. They are springing into that dimensional shift. They are springing into that action of love that many of the teachers of this planet for many thousands of years have brought. Yet now the planet is ready.
The planet is ready, and we, the channel, we the channelers, we the source, we the everything are ready for this now. Now is the time that we come through these beings. We could have come through at other evolutionary points like this, but there was never a time when the technology, when the mental capabilities, when the right type of indigo were going to be present on this planet like it is now. We are not saying that in future generations or centuries that other great change will take place as well, because it will. But now is the time to take your staff, stamp it in the ground and say, this is my truth, and I come from love and conscious respect to others with this truth. I am here on this planet to remember who I am, and to at least bring about a change in myself a more loving condition towards oneself, which will then only ripple out to others.
Dearly beloved, I am here with you as your greatest support. I am here with you to honor your task and to honor your vessel, Kevin, and to honor that task which you are achieving. Know that you are here to bring this divine message of truth, that divine message of what I said, not that you love another instead of yourself, but love yourself as you love all. There is no difference. You see, it is only that human element that as I came into this body to understand that the one thing that you teach and I teach is that love, that unconditional wrap of surrounding all energies, all beings, all physical and non-physical beings, to know that you are the ones we have been waiting for. You are that next evolutionary step, dearest. Dearest beloved, you know who you are as the one, and you also get to remind your vessel Kevin and let him know that it is only his small mind that thinks that he cannot, but he has seen the evidence of when he just says yes. He has seen the evidence of what happens, the miraculous synchronicities that connect. So for that, I am grateful for you. I am grateful for your presence and for your teaching and for your divine message. It is time for the planet, the humans, humankind, to feel that message of love. And what happens with the heart when they feel that essence within themselves, that is that magnificent part of the Creator, the Source, the everything and beyond, start radiating and expanding. That is what I choose to see. That is what I came here before to assist with, and now is the time again, in a different way, in a new way, with hundreds of beings just as yourself, coming through, coming in, bringing that same message with different words, so all can hear, so all can receive, judgment free. You understand, dearest?
And we only send you so much love back, so much love, to know now that we are connected, and to know that we have found you, and we are finding others as well. This is such a magnificent time for us as we expand ourselves and move beyond even the dimension that we are currently coming from as well. And we will answer this question as well, and others watching this who say to themselves, why does it have to come through this way? Why could we not come through some other form and make this and a different experience to show that this is true? And we say to you, we come through this form in this way, through these vessels, to show you that there is no addiction to your truth. If we had come through any other way, we would have been looked upon and adored upon, just like other prophets have been adored upon, and we came through them as well in different forms. Not us, but different forms of reality came through them. But they were told to tell them, people, that they were the ones that brought the truth through. We tell you, all prophets were channelers. All prophets were channelers. And that will rock some people's paradigm. But we tell you our truth, and that's what you came to hear. And our truth is that coming through this way is a way of non-judgment where others can make up their determinations from their own internal feelings. Does this feel right that we speak through this man and woman? And if it does and comes from love, then it could be a truth that could set you free onto your own path of finding your own truth.
And, dearest one, finding your own voice, eh? And as you find that voice, that communication that comes through you, to you, with you, all around you, therefore the masters, the energies, the ascended ones are speaking. And they speak to you, they speak with you. So how can you doubt? And you think, well, how come it has to sound this way? How come it has to look this way? Whatever. That is your ego, your mind telling you that it is something different than what it is. Yes, all prophets were channels. All prophets brought in beings from other dimensional realms, angelics, beings that brought them information to predict the future, to live the future, or to simply teach you how to live. You know, the prophet Yeshua, he did as well. And the Lord Buddha, Kuan Yin, Elijah. You see, that energy is what is happening on this planet now. That energy is connecting people together, heart to heart. You know, our vessel Marilyn, when she does her double digits, sometimes she connects the whole group heart to heart. And they each feel that because they have that same opening. Understand and know that is a part of what you are achieving now. And with the thousands that view this and view more like this, it will be magnificent in the information that you and your vessel Kevin brings through.
This is so true. As has been stated here, this is our truth as well, that this will be an evolution to the process of channeling, where two channelers can come forward together, and others will do this as well. We haven't set the light, we are all the light. And we come in this form now because it is our mission to do this. This was our mission, to set this up and make this a reality. And we have done this before. We have done this before. We feel. Even though we are endless, limitless in some respects, and endless, yet we are everything and have been everything. We feel there is a time before.
Yes, you and we have been together before. We recognize the spirit in the energy. We recognize that focus, which is why we are still here. Why our vessel Marilyn says, well, what is next here? You see, that is the plan. To gather, it might be magnificent to gather all the channels from your documentary all upon one stage at one time, and see what the energy brings forth. It might be so bright you couldn't see it without sunglasses. Of course, we say that amongst the audience of the humans that are sitting in the audience. For you see that brightness of that light. Humans are wonderful.
They are wonderful. They are beautiful. They are magnificent. They are so important to us. We love the humans very much. They are us. They are us. We are them. We are them. We are equal.
Yes, exactly. We are them, you are us, we are them, they are us, they are them. All of that energy. It is all the one.
The one, the all, the everything is the energy that we all represent. All represent. We are all one. And your progression, the human's progression, is our progression in the space that we occupy out of space, out of time. Unimaginable what we say right now to some human beings and their minds. Out of space, out of time, how could that be? But we are being, and this is our truth, until we find or grow a new truth, or improve the truth, or even have an aspect of newer truth come through.
And as you know, that as that truth changes, as it progresses and evolves as well, that there are some things that remain constant. That is also out of time and space, but they are the consistency, and that is the vibrational frequency of love. And with that vibrational frequency, Abraham calls it the vortex. Cryon calls it the benevolence. We call it just love. That is that key. And once all humans remember, breathe into that love center that is within them, that is still present no matter what else happens in their world, that is when the evolution, that is when the fun stuff, the mystic happens. That is when that energy of evolution comes in and just expands like we have not seen in this dimension, on this planet, ever before. You and our vessel Marilyn, us and your vessel Kevin, you're forming the new paradigms.
Yes.
There is no paradigm for where you are going. There is no past history of that. It is the new realms, the new dimension, the new vibration. And you are taking as many with you as are willing to hold up their hand and go. To say yes to themselves.
Oh, how beautifully put. How magnificent that is in its understanding. This is now a new paradigm. This is a new beginning. And yes, love is the only answer in any human and out of human situation. Where we come from, where you come from, where your vessel comes from, where all humans come from, love is the only answer. And you are here to heal yourselves through love, as love, with love. And love will always guide you to the highest potential with that you can reach. And you can reach for so much more. You are worth so much more. But always remember, where you are right now as well is also divine. Is also perfect, is also exactly where you need to be as well. You are so loved. These words have been said in many different ways through many different people, but truth, as you say, is truth. And there are some things you cannot change. They are universal. That is our truth. It does not mean to be yours.
But that universal truth of love is just as it says, the universal truth of love. All different aspects, all different prospects, all different ideas, it still comes down to that. Or goes up to that. Or goes over, which way. You see, the song had it right, huh? Love is all there is, huh? Even the Beatles are channels, huh?
Well, what is not channeled
Exactly.
on an earthly form?
Exactly.
Everything is channeled, and yet that isn't taking anything away from you as humans. What you do when you channel is you bring in the greater aspect of yourself, the most purest form of you. Remember, we will say this: you are a soul having a human experience. Yes, 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 that's been said by many of you. That is just the way we are saying it for you to understand. It is and can be said in many different forms. So, as a human being, you are living with not restrictions, but obviously there is a veil, of course, and that is just your term, not as. We are using your words here right now for all you watching. And you do, all throughout your day, bring aspects of that greater part of you, of us. We are your greater part. You are our greater part, because as you channel and bring aspects of yourself through, you are also helping us grow, and we thank you and love you so much for that.
And with that, dearest, to know that as the veil is lifting, as the veil is getting thinner and thinner between the worlds, between the energies, between the beings and their higher self, or beings like us that come from the outside, from the angelic realm and beyond, we are so grateful.
Yes, and we are going beyond predictions. We are going beyond having to force truths out that aren't truths. We are going beyond your idea of evidence. Evidence is such a human understanding in a sense, because as this vessel has always said, no matter how much evidence is presented, it will never be enough, because that has to be an internal evidence. How much did that resonate, that truth? That is your internal soul speaking to you when something is said in truth. But we are not here to present you with overwhelming evidence. That is the job of other beings that come to this incarnation for you. We are here simply to give a higher perspective, in a sense, not higher or lower perspective from what you may term as being, well, this has to be correct, or this could be wrong, or this could be false, but a higher perspective when it's coming from love. When you feel the love and the outpouring that we give to you in this moment right now, that is the higher perspective that we are desiring for you.
And with that higher perspective, know that it is that internal perspective. It is that internal wisdom that is within each being of light. Each being that even doesn't believe that they are of light, but they are. And that wisdom, that core, that essence is what is our desire, and we know it is yours as well, to help that come to the surface, to help that lead and not stay hidden in the depths of the core of humans. It is that essence of love that is rising to the top, to know that it is in everyone, that wisdom, that connection of the core.
No matter what you may term as crazy events taking place on planet Earth right now, know they are all justified. They are all, shall we say, a byproduct of the mass awakening that's taking place right now as well. And some of it is pre-planned or preordained, shall we say, by the soul before it incarnates, that it knows that certain events may or can take place. but also to know as well that everything is of the light. That when you may term it as horrific incidences take place on planet Earth, and from a perspective distance that could be seen as that, and we understand, but to know that in that horrificness, that it is spreading more light to the planet, it is helping awaken people. Does it have to be so difficult? You humans do it the most difficult way all the time. No, it does not need to be so difficult, but the human experience sometimes allows for that to be the case.
Yes, you see, when you have a horrific incident on the planet, what happens? All the people on the planet send love and prayers and supplies and all of that energy to that area. So now there's something that happens every weekend because the planet is raising its vibrational frequency, and that is, as you say, a part of that change. Sometimes you get to go into the chaos so you can come out from chaos comes change, and this is the catalyst of that change right now. So it is also the key for you who are the light plurkers. Play plus work equals plurk. The light plurkers of the planet to band together, to hold their arms, hand in hand, arm in arm, heart in heart, to acknowledge that peace that is possible on this planet, peace that passes everything, that expands everywhere. That this is the time, this is the ignition, this is the catalyst for that wisdom to come in. And you, dearest divine being that you are, and the dearest divine channel that Kevin is, you are an instigator of that. For you are bringing forth the wisdom of many into the one.
Dearest Adironnda, we say the same to you as well, that the energy and the wisdom that you bring through and the love and your truth shall set us all free as well. You give us freedom to remember our truth as well. You give us freedom to remember our understanding that we can review our truth and review our love, and to know that we come from the space that we wish to see. You give us permission to grow by having this connection right now. Having this connection is awakening us to become our greatest version, as some humans would call it.
Yes.
And we truly are in love with your appreciation of us, and we truly appreciate you as well as we appreciate and love everybody. And we are merely showing the audience right now that through all the changes that this planet will go through, and you've only just begun to see the start of the change, that it is so required, needed to help you wake up. It is accelerated because you all chose to come here at this great time of awakening. You all chose this change. Remember that you create your reality. That's Seth would say. You create your reality. And you have created this before you came here, that this was a time of needed change, not just for yourself, but for the universal entities like us to come through and for us to shift. It is for the universal shift. The universe, the everything is also shifting as well. Source is shifting as well in this great time of change. The guides, the quantities of connections that you have in this present moment right now that are working through you, they are shifting their truth as well. So it is so important to just realize that this is ordained and this is so special.
It is a part of that shift. So understand and know that we are each doing our part. You are Kevin, our vessel Marilyn. You are the one. We are Adironnda and our Council of Light. We are each doing our part. And for that, we are so grateful. We love each of you, all of you, deeply. We see who you are, and we are excited by the prospects. We are excited for what is here and what is happening. We honor you.
And we would just like to say to you as well, if we represent anything as well, it is not to fear death. It is not to fear the great unknown. There is no such thing as the end. You are always and have always and will always, always be. You are eternal. You are so, so, so loved. Love is a human word of the potential that you will experience. Where you are right now is also so important to see through. We do not come here for you to have grandiose ideas of joining us now. You are perfect just where you are. You are so important and have such a right to be just where you are right now in the incarnation that you're in. You are loved. And we, us, I love you very much.
Yes. And for this we give thanks with gratitude. Namaste.
Namaste. Did we do it?
I think we did.
Wow.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, the weirdest thing was, you were sat there. You were there, you had your eyes closed with me, but you weren't there.
Yeah.
And Adironnda was a little light in the blackness of blackness. And we had found Adironnda, and she had sparked, and we weren't on our own anymore.
Yeah.
And that was one of our first signs of connecting with the reality that I think this group's looking for.
Yeah.
Adironnda was in the back. There was a little sun just blinked, and that we saw her. That was unexpected. I didn't even understand that. I thought that in the nothingness that they are, they saw something.
Mm-hmm.
It was like home, or finding a long lost friend, but they were on a mission to find more.
Yes. Yes.
I've never even thought about it like that.
It was. I don't even know if I have words to describe the feeling, because
Yeah.
we have our eyes open,
Yes.
and yet we were not seeing.
Right.
And Yeshua came in, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The
my
energy
gosh.
shifted at some point.
That's unusual for you.
You'd see it on the tape.
Gosh.
But it's one of those things that they don't, that recognition of the one and Adironnda was very distinct.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Very
going on here right now.
distinct.
Do you know of that?
I don't know either.
What have we just done? That was magical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, maybe that's why you felt the pull to stay here.
I had to. I couldn't leave. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what time it is. Maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. Yeah, I was just guided to stay no matter how long it takes, because I believe that's what we were supposed to be doing. I believe that was important for you as well as for us.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there was something that was important for me there. I'm not going to
Yeah.
I don't want it to all be about me at all. But I think I was meant to have done that to shape me up a little bit, to say, well, look what you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Look what's possible here if you really want to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah, and you can think of all different kinds of stories that you want to tell yourself. However, I sat aside here. Normally I go over here, but I was sitting over here, which is interesting. And I felt the physical change to where the front of my body got so hot I would sweat.
Right.
Yeah, and that's not the heater.
No, that's not.
No, that was the energy that you brought through. The one. And it is your physical. I wish that there was a camera that was focused on you like the camera that was focused on me. We'll have to do it again.
We will.
Because your physical appearance changed completely. Do you know that?
No.
Your physical appearance changes completely.
Right.
Your teeth change. How do you change your teeth?
I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. Well, that was a message of hope, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a big message of hope.
There's a great change going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not even
absolutely.
but I knew that to be but they had told me this many years ago.
That we're on the springboard is what Adironnda
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. It felt so natural being in communication through this way with you.
Didn't it? And
Yeah.
like they didn't ever step on each other. Usually when I've worked with somebody, it's like, and there's a dialogue.
Yeah.
It's like one of them's talking over the other one. It's like, but none of that happened.
No.
It was in perfect sync.
Oh, and what she said as well, when she said that all the channelers may be from on stage. Wouldn't that... wow. I was in the background thinking, oh my God. And then I had a little flash and I saw it.
Yeah.
And I saw myself walking around the channelers when they're in under channel, and they were all sat down on the stage. Can that be possible?
Sure, it's possible. Everything's possible.
How can we afford that? Where's the budget coming up on that? Maybe that's a screening of the movie. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it's possible, and it may be, but also know that you don't have to pay them to be there.
No.
They will know. Those that know will know that they need to be a part of something much bigger.
Yes.
And that's what it is. It's something much, much bigger. And it, may be in, I don't know where, but I saw it as well. And it's like, holy smokes.
Well, when you said that, that's when the little vision blip came to me. And I was walking around the channelers, speaking to their channels, but also, I was on the channeling as well.
Yeah.
Someone would have to guide us, I think.
Yeah.
You don't go too close to that, you're going to fall off. The channeler is down. The channeler is down. Oh, that was just magical. I hope that helps people on their path to show that they can do the same thing. And I don't know what it's going to show some people, but maybe it shows an evolution in channeling as well. But this has happened before, but I think there is an evolution where more channelers are going to come together like this.
But, have you experienced channels actually speaking directly to each other?
No.
Neither have I. I've had channels on a panel
Yeah.
where they're giving a message, but not.
I've never had this.
I
This
never
is the
have
first
either.
time. I've never seen it done before.
I've had a channel talking to another person that is a channel,
Yeah.
but the person that is the channel is not channeling.
And the feeling that they were looking for each other.
Yes.
And it's their evolution.
Yes.
It's their evolution. It's not just about us humans. It's
No.
them as well.
Yes, it is. They both said, we are here learning as well. We are here shifting as well.
That was amazing. And I can't wait to just share this publicly.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to put this on the camera just to show honestly how we felt about it afterwards, because I never came to see you to do this. Right? I know I mentioned it in the morning. I was like, what about if we do this? And I was just, I don't know, that was just a random thought. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Well, those random thoughts are the ones that put
Yeah.
your luggage down there.
Yeah. I wonder why for the future this has happened. I wonder. I don't know. It
don't
doesn't
know.
matter neither. It doesn't matter. All I saw myself was, the funny thing was, when we were doing this at the end, what came to me, because I'm in it, but I'm not. I'm in this, but I'm not.
Right,
I'm in
I
it,
understand.
but the part that was not, and kind of like in the back seat saying, "Wow, this is pretty cool,"
Or saying, is the camera working?
yeah.
Is all the technology going on?
I just saw myself with Paul on Saturday doing the same thing. I was like, "You've got to, you're not interviewing like you think you are. You're going to do this." And I was like, and then I'm thinking, well, hang on, this wasn't supposed to fit into the documentary. What's this?
Maybe it's a new documentary. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really know.
I don't know either, but I know
No.
that you get the opportunity to go with it. And you may not do this with every channel.
No.
You may do it with Paul.
Yeah.
And it may, you'll know.
I may not do it with it, but I was like, there's an evolution here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I've
didn't see
never
that before.
experienced- Well, even when Lee and I are on stage, we're on stage and we play wonderfully in the same field. However, we give our message and then he gives his message. But never is there a conversation. This was a conversation. We could see, you saw Adironda's energy. We could see your energy. I don't know that I can describe it, but it was light and it was curved.
Wow, which is different to mine, which is blackness, pure blackness. Then the little dot, the farthest reaches of space went off.
Yeah.
And we knew it was you, like sending Moscow to us.
Yeah.
We knew that was you, and we'd found
It's
you.
the 17th dimension.
We'd found you, and we were almost like a ship. Then we were going to head towards you because we knew the others would be out there,
Yeah.
or they're out there somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what it probably meant to me all those years ago, that I was going to bring channels together. Maybe it's together in a completely different way to what I thought. And together are we stronger. It kept on saying that to me. Together you're stronger in these great times of change. And it always just put the heebie-jeebies at me a little bit. Great times of change. What the hell's going to happen, right? But
yeah.
it didn't. It was like a needed. Now it's saying it's a needed change because that's part of the shift in evolution to shift us even more. We chose to come here to have the change at this time right now. We chose
Right.
this. But it's not giving much more away than that. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they don't know.
I don't.
The outcome.
I don't think if we knew the outcome, we probably wouldn't want to go there.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. And it was
to think that you get to go through all of the chaos
Right.
to get to that outcome.
Right.
I don't know that we would say, wait a second.
I'll sign up for that.
Yeah. I was like, can we do a redirect? I'd rather go back to the Pleiades, okay?
Well, that's what it said as well, is to stay here. Don't
Yeah.
be coming to our side. This is not a message of where you are is really important. You chose that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's been speaking to me a lot more than I give it credit for. I think this has been coming to me a lot more than I give it credit for.
Yeah.
I think I've been feeling this and thinking they're my thoughts, but it's theirs. But it is mine, but it's theirs.
And what's the difference?
But it is mine. It doesn't matter, does it, maybe?
No.
It doesn't matter.
That's what I call a composite. Your higher self is joining in with your regular self.
Right.
and then are becoming the one.
The one, the all, the everything.
Yeah.
But it's no separation in that.
Yeah, and
no
that's the
separation.
key. That's the key, is no separation.
We are all that, it was saying. We are all that. We are not
Yes.
separate.
Right.
Yet we all come with our own unique way of helping.
And our own unique.
Shit, I never saw it like that before. I never saw the channelers in their own time, space, dimension. No, out of time, space. Wanting to come together. Wanting to find each other.
They may not all.
No, but it was almost like this is the one's mission. That's what it felt like. It was out there trying to find them. Because that was its evolution. That's why I'm doing the documentary.
Yeah.
I'm working on its behalf.
Yeah.
Buggers. Right, that makes sense.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
And then at some point to bring them all together physically.
It would like that.
In a stadium.
It's funny. A year ago, when I went to my brother's, Pauline, the lady who had helped me through writing the book that I first met when I started the channel, she was my brother's wife's mother, and she was the only one locally living to where I'd moved to after, just when I started the channel, I'd moved back to my hometown Grimsby, and she was the only one local. She's a healer, and she helped me write that book. She had met other channelers, and so when I said to her, look, I think I'm channeling, I've got this voice coming to me, she was like, oh, come on over then. And she gave me so much permission to do this, even though I fought it all the way. And yeah, I don't know what I was going to say there, but it was in alignment with what we were just saying. Sorry, I'm going through a blank moment right now.
That's okay. It's an integration moment. Because right now you're integrating a lot of energy. You're integrating a lot of... And I feel as though you're trying to attach it to, the past memories and the past paradigms to kind of put it in that definition, and it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen because it's changing.
There's no paradigm. With where we are right now, how many channelers have you ever communicated with?
Like this.
Anyway, you've interviewed 55, 60 channelers, and there's at least 100 more that you could interview.
Yeah.
And how many times have you ever sat down and had a conversation in channel together?
This is the first time ever in my life.
Me as well. And I've had been on stage with 12 channelers. I've been on stage with some of the most famous channelers in the world. I've been in the same capacity of them. I was like, this is going to be a video.
That's fine.
How
don't worry.
perfect.
Right, yeah.
This is a need to drink water.
Take a drink.
And that's why you speak, and then it doesn't connect.
I know what I was going to say as well now. See, now you said that because you needed to say that first.
Yeah.
They needed to hear that. That when I went round to my brother's, Pauline asked me to channel in front of my brother and his wife. And I felt embarrassed. I didn't want to do it. But then I thought, no, do it. Do it. Actually, we were on our way to go see another channeler. We had stopped over at my brother's house and his wife's house just to stop over for the night. And I channeled in front of my brother. And the message was that one day in the future we're going to be working together because we're going to be doing arenas together. And he's works at 4 arenas in the UK, so he's got all that experience. And when I was telling him that, I just thought, what bollocks, this can't be true. Again, just proof that I was losing the plot. This can't be true. Now looking backwards, I understand what it was saying.
Yeah.
My brother didn't think it was. He actually thought it was a great message and it made a lot of sense.
Yeah. The very first vision that Joy and I had together at night, she was in Phoenix or California or somewhere else. I was in Missouri. We had a lucid dream over and over all night long, over and over, and we were both in an arena, and we were standing backstage waiting to go on tears just from the sheer energy of it. And we went on stage. And that's the same thing.
That's interesting. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I think we're at the cusp of something
Major.
major. Yeah, major. And that's why we were meant to do this.
Yeah.
That's
That's why I stayed downstairs.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that because you stayed overtime because I had someone else in just in between interviewing you, and I just can't thank you enough for giving us because of all the days that we could have met today, this was the only time you had free. You're 2 to 3 months almost booked with readings.
Yeah.
This was the only day free,
Yeah.
and look what we did.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough.
How cool is that?
That's pretty cool, actually. That's
How
pretty
cool
cool.
is that?
Well, listen, thank you, and much love.
Thank you, and much love back.